contributors. One was intended to be able data from the United States. The second one is the National Portal of Assistive Technology from Brazil. And the third one was the Information System of Independent Living Australia. So unfortunately, we came out with just one speaker. However, we are happy that Brazil is present and can be a speaker. You know the reason why able data is not present, because as I sent you a message some days ago, unfortunately, the able data grant from the National Institute for Disability Rehabilitation and Disability Research from the United States was stopped. So the able data team is very disappointed, of course, for that. There is some other company that has been granted for going on with the able data, but it is not official, so we don't know who is going to be the next provider of able data. The only thing we know is that the grant was substantially reduced, so it's not clear what we may expect for the future. So as Steve Lowe, who was expected to be a speaker today, finished his work last week, he couldn't, of course, be with us today. Concerning Independent Living Australia, we made all the technical trials, but at the end of the day, it was not possible to solve some problems also related to the timing. You know that the speaker from Australia should speak at 1 o'clock in the night, and they had problem to be there at that time. So they are proposing maybe to be presented on the next seminar if we are available to move the time in the morning. But let's discuss later. So this is just an introduction. Okay. And now I'm happy to give the floor to Yara Nai from Sao Paulo, Brazil, who is going to present a very important set of initiatives they have in that country, including the National Portal of Assistive Technology. And we from the Eastern and the ETNA environment, we are very interested to see what is happening overseas, and maybe after this presentation we can have in mind more ideas for possible future cooperation. So I ask Yara to start her presentation. Now I think there are some slides going to be uploaded. Let's hope that the system works, because sometimes we have problems, but let's see.
Okay. So good afternoon. Everybody. Here still morning. My name is Yara, and I'm speaking from Brazil, from the Instituto de Tecnologia Social, also nicknamed ETNA. For the Instituto de Tecnologia Social has worked with projects within assistive technology, and since October 2008 we have progressively developed the national catalog of assistive products, which were inside our webpage of Portal of Assistive Technology. And the methodology of the catalog has been developed within a collaboration of CEAPAT of Spain, and also with the Brazilian Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, with the Ministry of Health, Social Policy and Equality of Spain. And I have to explain that since in November 2011, the Brazilian government, federal government, has launched a broad national policy for the inclusion of people with disabilities. And this broad public policy has involved more than 50 ministries of the federal government. Why I'm explaining this is that in a dialogue with the Instituto of Tecnologia Social, the catalog has turned a governmental web page. So the catalog is separated from the portal of assistive technology, although we have the link for the catalog. So before the launching as on a governmental page, we have worked in a special working team for the layout. So the layout of the web of the catalog has changed to combine as well with the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation webpage, as the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation is now responsible for the catalog, but also meaning that still the Instituto de Tecnologia Social is responsible for the maintenance of the catalog. What we have seen since then, within this change of the web page, that the number of viewers of the web page has increased a lot. There are daily viewers of different kind of users, as users of assistive technology, as teachers, and also staff of the state who worked on services for people with disabilities. And we have received many questions, daily questions about the new policies for people with disabilities. We also, within this change, we have passed from some difficulties. We are in dialogue with the ministry to have a project of founding of the catalog, but we are still in dialogue, and it is not being a continuous founding. The difficulty we suffered is that we have been invaded by hackers. As we are in a governmental web page, it is the largest victims of hackers, and this means that the last few months, not many visitors because the web page was having many problems with the invasion. Now we have made some temporary blocks to achieve. We are in dialogue with the ministry because there is a need to have a large project for the support and the hosting of the web page. So yes, this is one of the conjecture of the catalog. This is an image of the catalog. It is now hosted at assistiva.mct.gov.br, and I want to share with you our web page. Let me see how this how it's going to work. Hi, are you seeing the web page online? Hello?
Hello. We don't see yet the web page. We
Not
see.
yet. Okay.
No, I don't know if it is a web page or is it just a screenshot.
Yeah, it's a screenshot. I will just see how.
Yes, Sabrina, stop the share.
Yes.
Now you can share your screen.
Okay, great. So, are you now seeing the web page?
Yes, I think this is.
Yes.
Yes, this seems to be a web page. Yes.
Okay, so this is the new web page online. The methodology of the catalog is still the same since 2008. The only changed the layout. So we have three ways to search for assistive products which are available in Brazilian market. You can type the name of the product by here and search, or you can also look for products target group, for example, for all disabilities or for people with hearing disabilities and so on. So here's products for hearing disabilities. We still don't have a lot of products. We have about 103 products for hearing disabilities. We also have the third way to search products is by using the ISO 999. In parentheses, at this 2007, where we have translated the ISO reference 2011, but it's still not officialized by the Brazilian norm. We hope this happens still this year to use this at the catalog. I will show you how then, for example, we can search by the ISO. So we go by all classifications. So here are products to support for food and drinking and prepare. And for example, I will click on this balance of adapted in Braille. And the informations we have are the name, the pattern name of the product, the name of the model, how it's sold, for what is this product for, and the company who is responsible for the inclusion of this product and is responsible for selling, which is this. Fabricante is the factory of this product. And and so if we want to contact the company to buy the product, we can click on this hyperlink where we will have the address and the information. Or we also can contact directly the company throughout this box where we can write your name, your email, and send directly an email to the company for the products, to ask the products. We also have a searching list of the companies. Sometimes people don't know what the name of the product is, but knows for which company is responsible. So we have a list of companies, of distributors and factories, and also from the importers of assistive technology products. It's a very large list, and we also have an application to search. So for an example, I will write here the name of a company. And then I will find the address and all the information. So this is how we can search for products, how the products are inserted in our catalog. There are different ways. Normally we have inserted them, but the companies who have new products to include at the catalog can do that for free. It is a public service. So if your company, all pages of this web page has this sign, include your product. And if you're new, you can register yourself, and if you're not new, you already have a login, you can log in. How does this registration works? You register with the name of the company and all information, and we as administrator of the catalog, we will see those informations, check those informations, and if everything is okay, the company will receive the person responsible will receive an email with his login, and with this login, the person will enter to a form. Each form is for each product. When this form is filled in, as an administrator of the web of the catalog, we see if all informations are correct, if there is anything to edit, or we can contact the company for any addition. And of course, if it's an assistive product, otherwise it's not published. And it's also we administrators of the catalog who are responsible to classify at the ISO 999. So this is a little bit how it works. I have and we also have other links of the catalog. We have a bit about the history of the catalog, data's informations about the rights of people with disabilities, which are here, and the list of definitions and explanation of the ISO, which when reference 2011 will be new information. And we also have a forum where people can make questions and make participations. At this moment, as I have explained, due to the invasion of hackers, there are no new posts of the forum. So this is a bit how our catalog, national catalog, is working. I would like to ask if there are if there are any questions about it or any comments.
Okay, thank you very much, Yara. It was a very clear presentation. I think that despite not everybody can understand the language on the screen, but you explained that we can recognize similar problems to those that everybody of us has in running our European national databases. So I think there are a number of points on which any of the partner can put questions. So I think you can put questions in two ways. One is through the chat, and the other is also speaking on the microphone. Yes. Now Sabrina will give microphone rights to everybody, so everybody can put questions. But I see one question in the chat. Yara, can you answer to this question by Tula?
How many people are working with your database? You mean the working team?
Yes, the working team.
This? At this moment, I am the only person responsible because there is no project for this database now. So yes, we don't have a fixed working team at this moment. The idea is to as soon as the project is approved with the ministry, is to have a broad team working on the database. I didn't understand. Do I have to write or can listen?
Oh, everybody can listen and also can speak. So if anybody else has a question, can speak. Is there any question by anybody? Well, while we are waiting for other questions, I can put a general question.
Yes.
We know that the National Portal of Assistive Technology is a part of a bigger strategy of the federal government to stimulate the advancement of assistive technology in Brazil. That is also about stimulating research and so on. Can you say some words about that?
Yes, this broad program of Viver Sem Limite, there's also to stimulate research. So at this moment, we are working at the innovation, national research on innovation. So it's a new research we are working on to survey how many are working on innovation on assistive technology and who are those. This system is working at our portal, Portal Assistiva. It's a project we are working at this moment. There are also other policies of the federal government to finance university groups and also companies for innovation on assistive technology, as we have a conjecture that many of our assistive technology is imported, comes from other countries, and this is very expensive. So there is this support now, this policy of the federal government to incentivize this production.
Okay, thank you. I see that there was a question, I think, by Britta Lussen from Germany.
Yes, hello,
Britta, if you want to speak.
Yes, Yes, I'm hearing now.
Yes.
Hello?
Are you planning to use the ICF classification in some way in the future?
Yes, we have planned that, and we also have plans to use an alternative classification, which is being elaborated by the federal government. But this also depends of the approval of a broader maintenance project of the catalog. And we do use it for our national research on innovation assistive technology. It is something different than the catalog.
Thank you.
Okay,
Welcome.
thank you. Are there other questions? I think apparently there are no other questions. So everybody is invited to have a look at your portal. Maybe everybody can have the time to learn Portuguese before. But I think that people working in the database business can also recognize information from the structure, how it is organized. I think that a nice point is that it seems that your portal is organized in a way that is very near to the one that most European databases are organized. So in the future there may be possible some, we can explore some collaboration.
Okay, that's great. Yes, yes, and we also have we have been inspired by the database which you use in Europe, where we have learned about the methodology. So that is why we can see similarities.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have no other speakers. Thank you, Yara, very much. And there is also.
Thank you, everyone.
We know that some of us who are listening are involved in the National Advisory Committee for the Brazilian program on assistive technology. I think myself and maybe Petra Winkelmann from Germany, and I know that we are expected to be in Brazil in 10 days for attending the first meeting, so we will learn much more.
Yes, of course. Okay, I thank you, everyone, and I will see you and Petra soon. Yes, thanks.
So officially the webinar is closed, so I take this opportunity to ask any of the other partners if you have other questions or the other issues you want to discuss. You have seen a recent exchange of mails sent by Michel Hubert about the difficulties that some partners have with the user rating and comments functionality of the ETNA prototype. Everybody maybe has seen my answer, so I don't think we have now in this small time left before the end of the project. We don't have much time to do a lot of things. So my message was try to do as much as you can and don't worry to reach 20 ratings for each partner if this is really difficult. However, every day I check if there are other ratings, and I see that day by day from one country or another some rating comes. So I think let's go this way. But maybe, Michelle, you would like to add something on this point? Okay, we see the answer in the chat. So thank you, Michelle, and thanks to everybody for your collaboration on this. Okay, there is no other issue, so we can close the webinar. Thanks everybody for attending, and thanks again, Yara, for speaking from overseas in the early morning for her, I think.
Okay, thank you as well for this opportunity, and good afternoon for everyone.